Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. We are from Group 6 and we are going to present about an article entitled Gender Language in Everyday Conversation, a Sociolinguistic Perspective. But before we jump to the presentation, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Evandra Pradiputri.
My name is Sita Walia.
My name is Dinyar Syakamila.
And my name is Maida Maulana.
Now, let's jump to the presentation.
Hi everyone! In this video, our group will talk about how language and gender are connected in everyday conversation. As Cameron said, language isn't just about communication, it also reflects our culture, identity, and values. One interesting issue is how gender can shape the way we speak. Lakoff said that women often use language features like the questions, hedging, and politeness, which can make them seem less powerful in social situations. But these patterns aren't something we're born with. Butler explained that gender language is socially constructed, meaning it's shaped by things like media, school, family, and even workplace. And most research on this topic focuses on Western countries. So, in this project, we're going to talk how gender language appears in everyday conversations, especially in Indonesian context.
Okay, the next is research method. In this article, they use library research method. That is a way to find and use information from books, articles, and other structures that typically found in libraries or online database. This research method isn't attributed to a single person. It's a fundamental research approach that has evolved over time, influenced by various scholars and researchers. And how library research method works. The first one is we first collect the data from academic journals, textbook, and research reports. The second is analyze the data qualitatively to identify patterns and them. The third is aim to create a framework for understanding how language affects gender in role of society.
Let's move to the findings. The first finding is gender differences in communication styles. According to linguistics such as Lakoff 1975, Tannen 1990, and Coates 2004, women are tend to use more expressive and cooperative language styles. They often include tag questions like isn't it, or hedging words like maybe and seems to maintain social harmony. On the other hand, men are more likely to speak directly and dominate the direction of the conversation. This pattern reflects how language plays a role in shaping gender identity and cultural expectations. The second findings is power inequality in verbal interaction. The dominance of power between genders is visible in the dynamics of the conversation. Men interrupt more often in mixed conversation, which strongly suggests male dominance, according to Zimmerman and West 1975. Meanwhile, women often use techniques of strategies of self-effacement in order to maintain their social position, while men more often control the flow of conversation. This pattern reflects the patriarchal nature of both formal and professional systems, according to Holmes and Stapp 2003.
Now, for the third finding is the language and gender stereotypes. In everyday lives, the words that we use often make men and women seem very different. Cameron 2005 said that many words make women look weak or helpless, while it makes men sound strong and powerful. Holmes 2008 also explained that in language, we often use words for men as normal and standard words, so that women become less visible. This makes people think that men are important than women. It also makes us to expect that men and women have to act in a certain way. For the fourth finding is the new awareness of inclusive language. In today, more people realize that we should use language that really includes everyone. Bradley 2022 said that we can see gender-neutral language used more in media, schools, and government nowadays. This helps us to reduce discrimination. Technology also has an impact on this. Bamman and France 2022 said that computer systems such as apps and AI should be made carefully so that they don't repeat the old gender bias. Using better language can help us to show respect to all gender identities. For the last finding is this criticism of the binary approach. At the past, people thought that there were only two genders, which is male and female. But nowadays, that idea is being questioned. Butler, 1990, said that gender is not something that we are just born with, it's something that we show through our words and actions. Zeman, 2014, also said that many people, like transgender and non-binary individuals, are not shown well in language because, well, language is still only focused on male and female. So we need to improve our language to include everyone, no matter what their gender are.
For the conclusion, this study concludes that language plays a key role in shaping and reflecting gender roles in society. The way people speak often follows social expectations, with women and emotional language and men using direct and dominant words. These patterns support traditional gender norms and can make non-binary identities less visible. Language can both reflect inequality and be used to promote gender fairness. Hopefully, this presentation is help you to understand more about language.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.